Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today we begin. We've already learned perimeter, we've already learned area, but there's other things to learn. So let's close our computers and watch up here, please. We need to be able to find perimeter and area of a shape, say, similar to this. Let's say Elizabeth's her new house that she bought because she's rich, and one of the rooms is kind of built like this. It's a little, probably a reading nook up here, little computer, and some bean bags so she can.
It's a swimming pool.
Oh, it's a swimming pool in the house. Okay, good. But as you see, we only know for rectangles or squares how to find perimeter and how to find area. So when you get a shape similar to this, you're going to want to divide it into different pieces so that we have two rectangles. Once we have two rectangles, then we can figure out the area of each one and the perimeter of the total thing. But what's our problem here? What do we not have here, Cole?
We don't have the length. No, I mean the width.
Okay, we don't have how long this is, which is a problem. Because I can't do length times width of this rectangle if I don't know the length or width or whatever we're calling it. So anybody have any ideas how I would find this measurement right here? Elizabeth.
So, if you draw a line straight up past the 9, and the longest line equals 24. So if you draw the line straight up, the other part is 7 inches. So you would subtract 7 from 24, and that would be your side.
Awesome. So this whole line here is 24. So this whole line here is 24. This, if it went all the way up, where my red line is, all the way to the top of that rectangle, would be 24. But it doesn't. It's missing this much of it. Is not included in this rectangle. So as Elizabeth said, if I have 24 and I subtract this 7, it's going to be the length of this side over here. So 24 minus 7. Anyone? Gage? 17. I'm going to say this side is 17. So I could find the area and perimeter of this smaller rectangle now. I've got my formulas. Area equals length times width. I know my length and width. They're 9 and 17. So area equals 9 times 17, and the area equals, who's doing 9 times 17 for me? Bueller? Anyone? You got it, Gage? 9 times 17.
153.
153. So this would be 153 square units. We didn't put centimeters or anything down, so I can't put centimeters squared. So I can write in here, now I know my area is 153. Now to do my perimeter, since it's a rectangle, I can do perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Perimeter equals 2 times 17 plus 2 times 9. Parentheses, going to want to make sure I do those before I add. We always start with our parentheses or brackets, whatever we have. 2 times 17 is 34, plus 2 times 9 is 18. And 34 plus 18 is
50.
50 who?
2.
52.
52.
So my perimeter of this equals 52. Okay. Now let's look at what we have here on the other rectangle. Do we know any of them? On this big rectangle, what do we know? Macy?
We know that the length is 24 and the width is 18.
No, we don't. The width is the whole thing here. We do know the 24. So we'll say the length equals 24. We don't know the width. We know this whole thing along the bottom is 18. So how would we find just this part here if the whole thing is 18? Well, Logan.
So on the thing, there's another line that has 9 on it.
Good.
So if you do 18 subtract 9, you'll get the answer.
Good. If this line went all the way across, which it doesn't, and we're not going to actually use that line, but if that line went all the way across, it would be 18. So this part right here is 9 short of 18 if I had drawn it to scale. But since it's not, this section here is 9. That section here is 9. So we know our length, we know our width. We can do our area is 20, let's see, area equals length times width. Area equals 24 times 9. So area equals, anyone? 24 times 9? Who? Samara?
216.
So 216, if we did our math right. So the area of this one is 216. And if I'm finding the perimeter of this one, same thing, I have 2 times 24 plus 2 times 9. I want to make sure I don't add before I do all my multiplication. And I get, let's see, 48 plus 18. It's going to give something in a 6 in the ones place. 66.
Yeah.
So the perimeter equals 66. All right. Now the question we need to answer is, what is the entire area? How would I figure out the entire area? Kendall?
You add the 2 areas.
I add the 2 areas. So 153 plus 216 is 369. So the area of this whole shape is 369 square units. Perimeter. Do I do the same thing for perimeter?
No.
No.
Times it.
I can't do the perimeter of 66 plus 52 because that includes these 2 walls that we don't have. That includes the walls that we don't have. So since this is an odd shape, when we do perimeter, we're just going to add all the sides. So let's start at the top and work our way around. We have 9 plus 7 plus 9 plus 17 plus 18 plus 24, which equals what? Ethan, what does it equal? Now, tell me! Oh, you don't know yet? Let's see, 9 and 9 is 18 plus 18 plus 24 plus 24, so that's 48. 36 plus 48, you got 84?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Okay. So the area of the whole thing, where did I write that? Is 369. The perimeter of the whole thing, you said, is what?
66.
66? Is that what we said?
I got 84.
84.
Oh, I was reading what you
84 units. Okay, breaking it apart and figuring out how to find the missing sides is the really only difficult part of this activity. And honestly, we really don't need to find the perimeter of each individual one. I'm just practicing because it's fun. We have to find the area of both of the individual ones, but the perimeter is not necessarily important as far as finding the area and perimeter of the entire shape. Of the swimming pool over here that Elizabeth is having. She's having a flower garden here.
No, it's an ice cream.
An ice cream garden? I don't think you can grow
It's an
ice
ice
cream.
cream bar.
Boom! Shakalaka, peace out. God bless. Love you. Do something kind today. Save the bees. Please be kind to one another.